you didn't think I was gonna leave y'all hanging and not do a review on this.
Let's get it.
Everything to be an underground king. I sacrifice everything to be an underground king.
What it do, kings and queens? It's your boy, the UP King, the people's champ, and I'm back with another video. And listen, man, before I get started, make sure you go check out www.undergroundpaintking.com. Go check it out, grab you some merch. You can grab a sweatshirt, t-shirt, maybe even a hat, and I even got stickers. And listen, man, that might be very important when you're watching this video. So I might have some information in the middle of this video. I might have some information at the end of this video. So make sure you check out the whole entire video, because you never know. But let's jump back into this. Alright, so before we jump into the contents on the inside, let's read a little bit on the box to see what it's talking about on the outside. So reading on the back, says it has a variable speed motor with 1,000 to 3,700 RPM, high torque, 9 amp motor, 6-speed control dial, has an on and off trigger control, which you can lock. So you can lock it in place, hold the trigger, lock it in place, and it'll keep running on its own. Says that it has a drum guard which keeps debris away from the user. So it should block it and keep it from coming back and hitting you. We'll see about that. And it says accepts a wide variety of sanding drums. Now, as long as they are 4x4. We'll see about that too. Then it says it has a front handle for maximum comfort and control. So specs on it, volts is 120, amps 9, speed 1,000 to 3,700, drum diameter 4, cord length 8 feet, and the weight of it is 8 pounds. So that's not bad. Now, on the front, basically explains that it strips paint, removes rust, conditions the metal, and it actually includes, a 40 grit clean and strip drum, a 120 grit stripping drum, and a 240 grit finishing drum. Yo, listen. That's a plus right there. I don't know if any of you guys already have the Eastwood Contour SCT, but you gotta order those drums individually. This right here comes with 3 drums in this package already. That's a win in my book. Hands down. Let's open this thing up and see what we got. Alright, so we're gonna open this thing up and see what we got in here. First things first is the 240 grit drum. Kind of give you the feel of a Scotch-Brite. Slide this thing on out here. Alright, and as you can see, you got the other 2 drums. So, all 3 packed in with the actual tool itself. Again, 40 grit. And this one is 120 grit. Then on the inside, it has the different tools and everything that you need probably to take it apart, put it together, put the handle back on. Got a handle. Look like some pieces to repair trigger, possibly. Again, the handle. And then we have the tool itself. Nothing else left in the box. We'll sit that off to the side. And we have the tool itself. Let's get it out this plastic. See what we're working with. Now the bottom end isn't so heavy. Top end definitely is. So I'm pretty sure that's where a lot of that 8 pounds is right here on the top. Look like it's got some type of greasy substance on it. So I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not. It gives you right here, you can see that it's going to give you the direction that the drum is going to spin in. But I think it's made pretty good. Nice quality, not bad at all. If you ever bought any of the Bauer tools, they're actually pretty decent tools, and they pretty nice in quality. So pretty good thick cord. So that's always good. Just have to see how long it's gonna last. Well, let's put this thing together. All right, so we got some tools here. Take out our tools, get our screws that we need to put the handle on. That'll be the first thing that we do. Now it looks as if the part goes there. Get one of these started, and the other one started. Guess I should read some instructions to see what we need these two for. So I'll take a look at that in a minute. Finish up the handle. Give that a good tightener. This one, they're pretty tight. All right, so this is definitely one for the drum, then one to tighten up the screws, the bolts. All right, we got that together. I'll put that back in here along with these. And let's get a drum on. Start off with the 40 grit. All right, so you have this button here. You hold that button. Once you hold that button in place, it's supposed to lock it. And it is locked now. That tightens. Got that apart. Don't lose it. Now, looks like it doesn't matter what side that you put it on. Slide that on there, like so. Ah, okay. So, those 2 bars that came in the bag, those 2 bars slide in. That's what it looks like anyway, without reading the actual instructions. So, put that there. Possibly slide in. And you go there. And that looks like that's what keeps it in place. And not have a whole lot of play. Now, gonna start that back up. Now that we got it started, put that back on. Gonna hit our button again so we can tighten her up. Hit the sweet spot on the button, got it locked in place, tighten it up, and there we go. All right, so now we all together. We actually plugged up and got some power to it. And we run it. So it's already set at 6, so we're gonna turn it down. Turn that down to 1, see what we get. So as you're running it, I'm sure you can speed it up as you want. Definitely got some good torque on it. So that's good, working and operating properly. Now, let's try this trigger and see if we can lock it. So it's definitely functioning like it should. So you just squeeze the trigger, push down the lock, it'll lock it in place. When you want to unlock it, squeeze the trigger again, and it will unlock, and then it will slow down, then come to a stop. Now, all that is fine and dandy. We all know this. It's beautiful when we get a new tool. But if we just get it and don't put it to no use and see what it can do, it means absolutely nothing. So, kings and queens, it's time for us to put this thing into some action. Let's go. All right, so for today's demonstration, we have, let me back up a little bit, this 76 Monte Carlo that we are working on in the shop. And this came from another shop. And as you can see, they stripped it. I believe they stripped the whole car, but they left it at the roof and didn't put no primer on it, no epoxy, no anything. It looked like they were still working on it. So it is in pretty rough shape, which is definitely what we need here on today to prove and see how well the Bauer SCT is going to work. So let's put this thing to the test. All right, so I got my safety glasses on, got on my gloves, and we're just gonna start with the 40 grit and see how this thing does. That was set a little over 1. I'm gonna take it up to 2. All right, that's 2. Set this thing at 3. All right, so we already see that it's definitely scaling back the rust and prepping the surface. I think it's doing a pretty good job at 3. I don't know if I even want to go any faster than that. Now, as you can see, we got some heavier rust on the other side. Then we got some body filler over here. And I don't know what they had going on here, so we're going to see if we can strip that body filler along with some of this rust. See if we can get some of this body filler up off of here, clean it up. All right, so this side definitely has a lot more rust than the other side. So let's see how this thing fares on some pretty good rust. All right, it seems to be cutting into it pretty good, but I just stopped to tell you this. I'm doing this so you guys can get this demo, see how this thing works. But if you are working on something that has a bunch of rust like that, make sure you got a mask, respirator on or something like that so you're not getting all this rust and everything going down in your lungs. So let's finish up. All right, so we have used the 40 grit. And we have knocked down all the rust. So what I'm about to do now, the passenger side is definitely cleaner than the driver's side. A lot of pits and everything. So I'm gonna use the passenger side to use the 120 and the 240 and to see what those look like after we use them. All right, we're gonna try some 120, then we're gonna jump into the 240 and see what our surface looks like. Still set at 3 on our speed. We're just gonna pull the trigger back and lock it in place. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 240, and we're still at speed of 3. Let's check it out. Here we go. All right, kings and queens, so I marked this thing off to see if I could tell a real difference in the 40, 120, and 240. So I'm gonna peel this tape up and see if we can tell a difference. I mean, you can definitely tell that cleaned up a lot more and refined the scratches. And you can see that, you know, those scratches are a little heavier compared to that section there. And this section here, you can see the lines or the scratches a whole lot more. So those are the deeper 40 grit. And you come over and you see the 120, then you come down and you see the 240. Now, if you really need to use those other two, I don't know. It just depends on what you're planning to do with your project. But it definitely gets the job done. All right, kings and queens, so you just saw me put this thing to action. And here, I'm just telling you, this is a good buy. I mean, you can get this thing at Harbor Freight for 130 bucks. It's built good. It actually works. The 40 worked good. The 120, it worked good as well, along with the 240. They both pretty much did what you're asking them to do. Like I said, it's built and made pretty good. Now, one thing that I didn't care for is the actual two rods that you put in here to mount the drum to the actual tool itself. One of them, they slide in 2 grooves. So one of them kept falling out when I was trying to change out the different drums. I don't care for that, but I can live with it. I can deal with that. So This right here, man, this is a good buy. I mean, $130, all 3 drums for $130. You can't beat that. And you saw what we did with it. I mean, it cleaned the rust. It cleaned the surface. It's pretty much, if I didn't have all the extra work that I needed to do, then I probably could clean it up, jump right into some DTM, epoxy primer, whatever the case that, I choose to go, and be good to go. This thing did its job. So, definitely a buy for me. And listen, if you watch this channel, you already know that I have the Eastwood SCT. So I kind of don't have no need for this one. I mean, there's no real sense in me having 2 unless I needed a backup, but at this point I don't. So, this is what I'm thinking about doing. And you can jump in the comments and let me know if this is what you would like to do. I mean, I can keep it, but I'm thinking about doing a raffle. And if I do this raffle, one of you guys could possibly get this one right here. You saw it work. If you think it worked well and you would like one, let me know in the comments if you think we should raffle this thing off. Hey, I don't know what more I can do. I mean, I'm the people's champ, and I'm trying to work it out to where my people can have all the information and possibly even the tools that you need to get this stuff done. If you are looking to strip your vehicle, this will do it in hours. It'll strip it in hours, not days. The only reason it'll take you days is if you plan on taking breaks and stuff like that. So, hey, if you got a weekend and you want to strip your car, this will get the job done. Listen, man, that's enough talking. I done talked already. I done showed you all the footage that I could give you, man. Listen, let's go check this thing out, the finished product, and then we just gonna keep on working and get you on to the next one. I got more footage and content on the way. Let's go.
It's everything.